Hello and welcome to my channel, Nails by Tina. My name is Tina and in today's video, we will be learning about anatomy, physiology, and histology. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I bet you thought becoming a nail technician would just require a knowledge of applying nail polishes, didn't you? Well, becoming a nail technician is much more than just that. It requires a thorough understanding of anatomy, physiology, and histology. Since this is the longest and one of the toughest part of the theory portion, I won't be able to complete this chapter within one video. You must be wondering, why is anatomy so important, right? Well, anatomy is an important part of nail class because it allows you to gain a better understanding of the structure and of physiology of the nail and the surrounding skin. You will learn about the different layers of the nail plates and the skin, as well as the different type of nails and nail conditions that can affect them. Here is why you should know anatomy. Knowing the anatomy of the nail helps you to better understand and diagnose nail conditions and to provide better service to your clients. Additionally, understanding the anatomy of the nail can help you better understand the products and the tools that you're using and how to use them safely and effectively. Imagine telling your client that a thick skin on her foot that's been bothering her for months, maybe also years, is called callus, and it is formed there as a response to repeated friction and pressure on the skin. And how to fix it too? Well, I bet that client won't ditch you for another nail technician ever. Anatomy is a study of the structure of the human body and the substances these structures are made of. It is the science of interconnected details of organisms or of their parts. Physiology is the study of the functions and activities performed by the body's structure. Histology, also known as microscopic anatomy, is the study of the structure and compositions of the tissue. Cells are the basic unit of all living things, from bacteria to plants to animals to human beings. Without cells, life does not exist. As a basic functional unit, the cell is responsible for carrying on all life processes. There are trillions of cells in the human body, and they vary widely in size, shape, and purpose. Fingernails and toenails are made from the skin cells. The cell of all living things are composed of a substance called protoplasm, which is a colorless jelly-like substance found inside cells in which food elements such as protein, fat, carbohydrates, mineral salts, and water are present. You can visualize the protoplasm of the cell as being similar to the white of a raw egg. In addition to protoplasm, a cell consists of three parts: the cell membrane, the nucleus, and between two, the cytoplasm. Within the cytoplasm lies intricate arrangement of fine fibers and hundreds or even thousands of minuscule but distinct structures called organelles. The nucleus is the dense, active protoplasm found in the center of the cell. It plays an important part in the cell reproduction and metabolism. You can visualize the nucleus as the yellow of the raw egg. Within the nucleus of the cell is the nucleoplasm, which not only contains chromosomes, but it also has a fluid that contains protein and a very important acid known as deoxyribonucleic acid. which we commonly know as DNA. Now we know that DNA is what determines our genetic makeup, including the color of our eyes, skin, and hair. The cytoplasm is a fluid that surrounds the nucleus. It is the part of the protoplasm that exists outside of the nucleus and inside the cell wall. The protoplasm surrounds the nucleus and is needed for the growth, reproduction, and self-repairing. Within this fluid, you will also find mitochondria. Well, all these cells have to get energy from somewhere, right? So, mitochondria takes the responsibility to provide them with energy. Mitochondria are small organelles floating freely throughout the cell. Some cells have several thousand mitochondria, such as muscle cells, while others have none, like red blood cells. Mitochondria takes in the nutrients, breaks them down, and create energy for the cells. Mitochondria works to keep the cell full of energy. This chemical energy used within the cells for metabolism is called adenosine triphosphate. Muscle cells need a lot of energy, so they have many mitochondria, while neurons or nerve cells don't need a lot of energy, so they don't have as many. Cell membrane, also known as plasma membrane, is a thin, semi-permeable barrier that surrounds the cytoplasm of the cell. The cell membrane is also responsible for controlling the movement of substances into and out of the cells, as well as providing a physical barrier to the outside environment. It also plays a role in cell-to-cell communication and cell signaling. The cell membrane is essential for the survival of the cell, as it helps to maintain the cell's internal environment and protect it from damage. In other words, it acts like the border security who is responsible to let people in and out of the country. Our cells have the ability to reproduce. A cell divides itself into two identical cells called daughter cells. Each daughter cell receives a complete set of chromosomes through a process known as mitosis. As long as conditions are favorable, the cell will grow and reproduce. Favorable conditions include an adequate supply of food, oxygen, water, suitable temperature, and the ability to eliminate waste byproducts. If the conditions become unfavorable, the cell will become impaired and may die. For instance, when the blood flow is restricted to a part of the body, could lead to an unusual buildup in the level of toxins within the cell, which in turn may cause the cell to die. And this is true of human cells, plant cells, and single-cell creatures such as bacteria. Metabolism is a chemical process that takes place in living organisms. This is the process which nourishes the cells and helps them carry out their activities. Metabolism occurs in two distinctly different phases called anabolism and catabolism. The process of combining smaller molecules to build larger and more complex molecules is called anabolism. The body focuses on storing water, food, and oxygen for the later time when these substances will be needed for the cell growth, reproduction, or repair during this process. Isn't that equal to constructing the body when needed? No wonder it is also called a constructive metabolism. Catabolism is a phase of metabolism in which larger, more complex molecules are broken down within the cells to create smaller and simpler molecules. As a result of this breakdown, energy is released so that it may be used or stored for later. While anabolism focuses on building, catabolism focuses on breaking the molecules. These both processes are carried out simultaneously and continually. Whether you are sleeping or awake, they are working as a part of their normal process 24/7 for you. Did you know that aging influences the cell's metabolism and the cell begins to function less efficiently? As a nail technician, cell metabolism is something you will consider when working on your client's arms, hands, legs, and feet. A client's response to different services and response to the active ingredients in the skincare product you use will be influenced by the efficiency and the speed of their metabolism. I don't want this video to be too long and overwhelming, so I'm going to stop here for today. In my next video, I will be discussing types of tissues, functions of body organs, the skeleton system, and bones. This way, the information can be more easily digested. And yes, don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment on my video. See you in the next video. Bye.